Enjoy the day, it's going to be a great one. Thank you.
And as Spandau Ballet leave the stage, I can tell you that the current total of money donated and pledged is 125,000. And also, just a quick one, a Labour MP has said he wants Bob Geldof to be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. The man I'm most excited about seeing this afternoon, he's coming on very shortly. One of the greatest songwriters and most enigmatic figures in rock. Always keeps one jump ahead of his audience, and I'm sure he's got a surprise up his sleeve for us today. One of the surprises is, actually, he's not playing with his band. It's Elvis Costello, and he's going to play solo, and he should be appearing any second. I suspect he may have somebody with him to give us a surprise, but we'll have to see. I'm told there's 2 minutes to Costello. There's been some kind of delay. Fortunately, I'm joined by Mike Wooldridge. Fortunately, while we're waiting for Elvis Costello, I'm joined by Mike Wooldridge, who's the BBC East Africa correspondent. You made the original trip to Ethiopia with Michael Buck, and you've been back there and to Sudan on several occasions since. And you were in Ethiopia earlier this week. I hear you've had some rainfall.
That's right, and that's the most important thing there, and perhaps the most heartening thing at the moment. The rains have been falling quite well across a large area of northern Ethiopia, and indeed to some extent in Sudan. Now,
Does that mean the situation's getting better?
Well, it's a mixed picture. It does bring problems for the relief operation. It means that it's more difficult for the food to get to some of the more remote areas. But it does mean that many people have been able to get out now back to their land and have some hope of having a harvest this year, in some case for the first time for 4 years. Indeed, earlier this week I did see that some crops had already been harvested. So this has certainly improved the atmosphere in that part of Ethiopia.
What's the contrast now between what you first saw when you went in October and the situation at the moment? How do you describe the change? Has there been a big change?
Yes, there has, because a great deal of aid has already got through. The death toll, which of course back in October we were seeing something like 100 people dying every day in some of the camps we visited, now it's usually down to perhaps 10 at a maximum. So again, that's very heartening for the people working in the camps. But there are still very considerable problems distributing the food, and that means that you have still got many people queuing to come into the relief camps every day. So the situation is still very much on a knife edge.
And short-term relief they're getting at the moment, there's grain being flown in there and there's equipment being flown in there, but that's not really going to prevent the situation again if they have another drought. What can be done in the way of long-term solutions, do you think?
Well, many people are already working on this, but much more money is needed. Irrigation is going to be one of the most important things to make the land less vulnerable to drought. But then there's also the governments there need to encourage the farmers to produce more food. That's the most crucial area. That can be in form of agricultural policy, giving them incentives, making sure they're paid the right prices for their crops. Many other things to ensure, as you say, that this famine won't recur year after year.
I hear that earlier this week there was even a rumour going around in Ethiopia that Michael Jackson was going to make a visit there. It seems extraordinary in a way. Are the people of Ethiopia aware of what's going on here, and are they aware of pop musicians and rock stars?
Well, they're certainly aware of Michael Jackson's efforts and also Bob Geldof's efforts. They've had a lot of publicity in Ethiopia. Yes, I was in this camp in Alamata in Wollo province last Sunday, when the rumour went around that Michael Jackson would visit and indeed would stay the night, and everybody was on tenterhooks to see if that would happen. It didn't, in fact, and there was a certain disappointment set in.
Oh, he didn't actually turn up then? Oh, what a shame. Anyway, Mike Wooldridge, thanks very much for talking to us, and we're expecting Elvis Costello on that stage in a minute. Hurry up, Elvis, where are you holding us up? What's going on? I'm told he's coming any minute. As I say, he's not performing with his attractions, he's performing solo, and I'm really on pins to see what he's going to do. My hero. Come on, Elvis. Don't forget those numbers that we gave out earlier on. Should have jotted them down with a pencil and paper. Make sure you do it next time they come up. And whilst we're waiting for Elvis Costello, you can be phoning in with your pledges. I'll just give them you again until Elvis appears. In the north, 061 814 3222. The Midlands, 021 432 5432. Several numbers for the south of England, 01 811 8055. That's our video vote number as well. 01 636 1566. 01 818 68. Oh, I've got to stop because here he comes. 4 eyes, 1 vision. Elvis Costello.
Live Aid, Wembley and the world. Welcome, please, Elvis Costello.